This show is part of the RetroZap.com podcast network.
You always have as a kid. Everywhere is an amazing shot, an amazing character.
It's about the humanity of it, which just makes the whole thing so real.
Ready, and action!
Your heart's beating and you're actually in this situation. You get something very genuine that you couldn't have planned.
You'll actually compose shots that if we were on a green screen set, you just wouldn't have known were available.
The pressure's so high. Like, we're making a film that's right touching my favourite movie of all time. But then if you're too respectful of it, that you daren't do anything new or different, take a risk, then what are you bringing to the table?
X-Wing!
This is really where a film crew like this really comes into their own. That kid, when you were 4 years old, grew up with Star Wars figures. It's a bit like just being that kid again. You're sort of going like, arr, arr, arr.
May the Force be with us.
Woo! Wow. Welcome to a special episode of Brews and Blasters. My name is Joe, and boy, we have a lot to talk about tonight. It's Friday night. We have just seen the Celebration Rogue One sizzle reel, the sizzle reel. I don't know what you'd call it, but 3-minute behind the scenes look at Rogue One and a ton of new footage coming out of that panel, as well as I'm not even sure what to call it. Maybe a secret trailer that was revealed at Celebration Europe. But tons to talk about. We're gonna have a lot of people from RetroZap coming on the show tonight. But to start off, let's introduce our first guests from Starships, Sabers, and Scoundrels, Dennis Keithley and Darth Taxis. What's up, guys?
Hey, Joe.
Greetings.
All right, let's do this the right way.
Would you like howdy better?
Howdy? Okay, we can do howdy.
All right, howdy. Or ahoy, ahoy.
Hey.
Hey, Joe, I got a question before you start.
You got it.
Did the Star Wars party already begin?
No, not yet, actually. The Star Wars party starts now.
Yes.
Yeah. I got some Bud Light Lime right here. I don't know. I'm on vacation, so I felt like, let's go Bud Light Lime. It'll be fun. Take a little little break from the norm, you know?
It's got its place if you're just chilling, you know? You don't want to go too hard.
I guess so, right? I mean, they're weird cans. They're green. I was kind of hoping they changed it to like America Light Lime. That could have been cool. I don't know.
I went the opposite end of the spectrum. I went with Lakewood Brewing Company's The Temptress, which is an imperial milk stout.
Wow.
Figured it was fitting.
Wow. Why is
awesome.
Why is it fitting?
Imperial.
Oh, boom. There you go. Imperial. And boom's the word because, man, explosions galore are going to be in this movie, I think. Yeah.
It's going to be tough. I mean, based on what we saw today, it looks hardcore to me.
It looks unreal. It really does. So let's start with, day one. I mean, day one of Celebration Europe started today. Gotta say, the podcast stage, from all intents and purposes, from everything we've heard, stateside, the huge, overwhelming success. We had a ton of friends over there. Star Wars Report was there. Jedi News was there, and of course, RetroZap's Blob of the Hutt did a live show at Celebration Europe, and that was fantastic. And I can't wait. I talked to Jamie earlier today, and he was on cloud 9. He was trying to make it tonight. It's super late over there, and they're up at. They're getting virtually no sleep anyways. So I think they're crashing right now for day 2 to prepare for that.
Yeah, you're good if you get 5 hours of sleep.
No, I don't think they're getting anywhere near that. Just because they're all over the place at covering as much as they possibly can. Did anyone check out the stream right before the Rogue One panel started and got to catch David Collins and the Star Wars show?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the guy's just as smooth as ever. He really is. I mean, they're charming and fun, and the way they work a crowd is just like no other.
Well, more importantly, did you see him go on stage last night at the Cantina and shred it up?
No, but I heard he can play some drums, huh?
Oh, he was playing guitar too.
The guy's a prodigy. He really is.
He went to Berkeley. Come on.
Yeah, he's unreal. He's unreal.
I mean, yeah.
But seriously, one of the nicest, most gracious guys I've ever talked to. So, yeah, I can't wait to talk to him again about this experience. In years past, Celebration Europe has kind of been looked at like as the kid brother of the celebrations, but I really feel like this year, and that's no fault of that. I'm just saying the perception that's been out there, and this year Celebration Europe is a force to be reckoned with, and it is so exciting to see everything going on, and they deserve it. I mean, there's no reason why Celebration Europe can't be just as intense and bring just as many surprises and exclusives and as much as any other celebration anywhere else in the world. And it's fantastic to see them being British and European Star Wars fans get so much out of this show, and it's great.
And it feels like, I mean, the last time in Anaheim, I didn't really get to see much of the streaming. I was on the wrong end, and all my friends kept saying, go here, and go here, go do that. And this time I feel like it's just kind of a little bit better laid out. I mean, just from what I've seen online, like things are more accessible and open rather than having to stand in line to get to this room and having to stand in line to get to that room. It does look
pretty well organized, and I mean, the stream itself worked well as well. Did anyone have any problems?
No, not at all. I was really impressed. I managed to get to my office about 30 minutes before the whole thing started this morning, and I was super impressed with the quality. And I wanted to be there just to get a picture with the TIE Fighter and the AT-AT that they had set up in that main room.
Oh, that was so awesome.
Wasn't
amazing. That the Belgian? Were those the Belgian builders that did that?
Yeah.
I was in their hotel with them.
Really? When?
Yeah, in Anaheim.
No kidding.
Yeah, we went and had a barbecue, Monty and I, and hung out with them. Really had some good long conversation about fandom in Europe versus fandom in America.
Monty Pittman, the guitarist extraordinaire who you're friends with?
Why, the one and only.
Of course.
Working on his latest album as we speak. So
there you go. We're not endorsed, but
no, not at all.
Not yet.
But yeah, it was really surreal kind of hanging out with them and getting to ask about how they came together and what they have to go through to get all this done. And it was really great. So I was really happy to see them there in force. And really happy to see like a big supportive shout out.
Totally.
Especially from Lucasfilm and the convention.
how about that moment of silence at the way Gwendolyn started off the panel, and it was touching to see her want to call attention to that. I mean, just the past few weeks have been a rough few weeks for the world in general.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Dennis, you're in Dallas, Dennis. I mean, my God, everything that's happened there has been terrible. And this is only just the latest of many terrible things that have been going on. But the moment of silence was just so powerful. And then you hear someone singing the French national anthem in the background. And I mean, I'm sitting in Boston on a live stream, and I'm getting choked up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gwyneth was incredible. Gwendolyn, rather. I had no idea she was doing it until she stepped out on stage.
Yeah.
And then she just owned it.
Yeah.
She's such a fan. And she handled the entire cast and the producers and director with such class during the entire thing. I hope we'll get to see her again. For other panels, because she was simply incredible.
She has enthusiasm. She has grace. There's a sense of like, I don't want to say like she's not as she's authentic is the right word.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get this slick, oily polish from her, where like everything is so rehearsed and everything is so like cookie cutter that it doesn't feel real. It felt so authentic to have her interacting with each one of the members of the cast and interacting with the audience as well. And
I have to say, I felt like she was in control of the scene, man. I mean, she had her transitions down. They were smooth. When things maybe didn't go the way things were planned, she knew how to do it in a way that was also effortless and allowed everyone to save face.
Yes, that was very gracious the way she transitioned that one thing that happened, which we will not speak of.
Very proper.
There was one thing. One very weighty thing that I'm sure will be edited out from future live streams, and it was just very unfortunate. But yeah. Okay. What do you guys think of Gareth Edwards? I feel like coming out of this panel, we know it's not like we know more about him, but I feel like I know the man more. I know more where he's coming from as a Star Wars fan and what motivates him to make a Star Wars movie above anything else he's doing.
I know a whole lot more about him than I did before. I have to admit, I know some of the movies he's done, but I've not been terribly familiar with him.
Right.
And I loved hearing him talk about how making this movie was like playing with his action figures when he was 4. And then I loved hearing him talk about, this was something he loved, and if he's going to treat it with such reverence that he doesn't dare do anything risky, then what does he bring to the table?
Exactly.
So he's got this great outlook on making this movie, and so I'm thrilled. He won me over. Not that he didn't have me before. I just didn't really know anything about him.
Yeah, it kind of felt like much like A New Hope was done with a relatively unknown director that just had a little bit of stuff under his belt. We're kind of getting the same thing now. And I really loved when he discussed the time that George Lucas spent with him and how George Lucas kicked him in the pants intentionally.
Yeah, like giving him digs here and there.
Right? And it's like you could just picture him stringing along and George is just trying not to crack a smile,
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, that picture was so funny because he looked so... let me back up and say that Gareth Edwards is a huge dork in all the best ways, and I love that about him. You can tell he hasn't forgotten how much of a gift and a miracle it is that he's actually Star Wars was his favorite movie, and he gets to make a Star Wars movie. He's meeting George Lucas, and you can tell the nervousness is coming out of that photo at me. It's unbelievable, and I love that about him, and I love the fact that it feels like one of our own are making a movie. Yeah.
You know what it feels to me like when I watch this movie, I see an explosion or I see something happen. I'm going to think the director carefully thought about this and it's there for a reason.
Yeah.
I'm not going to take it for granted,
Oh, yeah. I mean, his style, we'll get into his style a little later. I want to talk about what people think about his filming style, because I feel like even in the Sizzle Reel, we got introduced to so much new, not even just new characters and scenes, but a whole new visual language, a whole new filmic language that we're just beginning to absorb, and it is jaw-dropping. It really, really is. So, yeah, we get a lot to talk about. Before I get into the Sizzle Reel, let's see if we can bring on Mike Harris here. Oh. But I wanted to play the trailer before we started the show, because I found myself, after watching it like, I don't know, 5 or 6 times, I found myself like not paying attention to what was actually being said, just taking the visuals so much. And I needed to kind of tune out the visuals for a second to start actually listening to what they were saying, because it totally glossed over me. You know, I don't know if that happened to anyone else.
Oh yeah, I paid attention to that when you were playing it at the beginning too. I was like, without seeing the pictures there, I can pay more, actually listen more to what they have to say.
Yeah, exactly. Mike, you there?
I'm here. Can you guys hear me?
Oh yeah, definitely. All
right.
No need for video, just need audio. Beautiful. Awesome. You're on with Dennis and Taxis, and we're here, and we just started talking about the Sizzle Reel. We've already talked about Celebration itself, and bring in the cast and the panel itself, and man, this piece of footage is something really, really different to Star Wars. And what do you think? What are your first impressions, Mike?
It seems really gritty, which is, I think I'm more excited for Rogue One at this point than I was for 7. Even the same time. It just because it's going to be such a different feel.
Yeah. I mean, Kathleen Kennedy's talking about like handheld shots, and from what we see, I mean, so much running is going on, so much explosions. The visual language of Star Wars has been increased so much right now. There is so much to take in, so many different shots. I mean, even the furry guy laughing and then like going right back to the machine gun. Like,
if he's not the Danny DeVito of this movie, I'm going to be severely disappointed.
And did you see the way the gun looked too? It looked like an M60. Mm-hmm. It was very reminiscent of like a Vietnam movie or something, like a door gunner and a Huey.
Yeah, let's talk about that. I mean, what references are we seeing towards, like previous war films and the visual iconography, I guess. Man, I don't want to sound too nerdy, but I mean the visual cues from previous war movies, from previous Star Wars. One thing I'll tell you, I saw Jyn Erso actually carrying the data tape.
Yes,
that Leia, the one that Leia actually gives to R2. I'm like, oh my gosh, there it is. She has it. Yeah. What did you guys see?
Well, one of the things I saw with, I guess the name of that planet is Scarfa, and with the Paradise Planet. Okay. And it gave me, it seemed very much like the World War II Pacific setting.
Yeah.
With the soldiers coming in on the beach and the palm trees in the background. And this teaser or trailer, whatever you want to call it, that they showed us, this is the first time I really got the war movie vibe that they've been talking about.
Totally.
It really seems like it's really got those visuals with the weapons that look less like blasters, more like machine guns.
Yeah.
The character you're all just talking about, firing out a door. Look, that could have been like a helicopter.
Like Adam Baldwin or something, a Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Wow, what a reference.
Right, and then just these characters in tanks running down the street. This seems, I just hadn't been getting that vibe. No matter what they said, it seemed more of like a heist movie, an Ocean's 11 type movie, or something more than a war movie. But now this seems much more like the World War II, especially in the Pacific type of film.
Yeah.
And so you just made me excited, Dennis, because I remember reading in like the costuming for the first 3 movies that George Lucas set out intentionally to make the universe feel familiar but alien at the same time. And so seeing these images, seeing this imagery, especially Jen Erso saying at the end, saying, may the force be with us. It looks like she's giving a pep talk to troops as they're about to, jump off the boat, like in Saving Private Ryan or something.
You could.
Yeah, you go, Mike. What are you going to say?
No, I was just saying you could take that footage and you could take out all the Star Wars, iconography, the stormtroopers, and replace them with our military, and the feel would be the same.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I really do think that's the case. I mean, it looked like they were about to hit a beachhead, like Private Ryan style, right before she said
D-Day.
Yeah, like may the force be with you.
Normandy, yeah.
And it's funny, she's smiling as she says it, and she has that smile like, I'm saying it for you to believe it, but I'm not 100% sure I believe it myself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
She just has that cocky swagger about her, and I love that about the character so far. So what was the name of the planet, Dennis, that you said that they were on, the one they filmed in the Maldives?
I believe it was Skirfa, or
I think it was
something like that.
Scarif.
Okay.
Scarif, something like that. I mean, it was. They said it so fast, and then they put it up on the screen briefly during the celebration panel today.
Now, did we hear another planet as well, like one with the begin with a J? Jeddah, and that's the one with the doll, the colder one, right?
Yeah, I think that's the one that I'm sorry if I'm going to butcher their names, but the 2 friends are from, and Bodhi.
Right. Yes. That's right. The Chirrut Imwe and Bodhi. Right.
It's Jedha.
That's right. Jeddah, I think, or something like that.
Oh, and that's Scarif too. That's the name of the other planet.
There we go.
Scarif. Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. New planets we need to remember, right?
Oh, indeed.
More names.
Yeah. It's interesting because there is so much more to the episode 4 timeline now, and now that we watch the next time we watch A New Hope after Rogue One, all of this is going to be in the back of our mind. Like, okay, all we're seeing is stormtroopers in this little corner of the world on the Death Star, but out there's also Jeddah, and there's also Scarif, and there's also Death Troopers and Shore Troopers, and all of these crazy aliens that we've never even thought of before.
Right. It's like EU come to life.
Yeah, but yeah.
I mean, it's a new EU, but this is what we craved when we were craving the books back in like 1993.
Yeah.
And stuff. We were wanting these backstories, and now we're finally getting them.
Yeah, I guess you're right, man. I guess you're right. I guess this is really like the EU as it always should have been.
Yeah.
And more.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited as to they've mentioned where this is going to tie in. The film is supposed to end, 10 minutes before A New Hope. So I mean, you'll literally never watch A New Hope the same way again.
Yeah, I'm I'm so interested to see how they're going to wrap this one up, and I mean we're going to see the Tantive 4. We're going to see that at the end. There's no way, no doubts about it in my mind.
Do we need to start a Deadpool before we see it?
No, no, we don't.
Okay,
just gotta pick who's gonna real close. Someone
things were said on that panel that
someone had a talking to actually.
Yeah, so things were said that weren't meant to be said. But
please look at this pen, everybody in the audience.
Boom. Yeah. I mean, there is so much that came from 3 short minutes of movie. I don't remember seeing X-Wings, but I love the guy talking like X-Wings coming in, like preparing the entire crowd for that. And I can't wait to see more of, X-Wing battle. I mean, the guy jumping in the X-Wing like with that 70s mustache, just like laughing.
Oh, that was so sweet.
I mean,
You actually see an X-wing about 25 seconds in to that reel. It's sitting there on the ground, and the camera crew with Gareth Edwards scrolls right past it. But there is one there.
And then there's the ground crew too. That scene where he's got where it's kind of twilight, and he's got the the light rods in his hand, so he can direct movement and such. I think I saw something in there, kind of in the shadows.
Yeah. Did anyone? I see the X-wing.
Yeah.
Look at that.
And I guess the other prominent place we get to see the X-wings is on the new poster that they revealed during the panel.
Yeah. Yeah. What about that poster, huh?
I want one.
Same here.
It's $1,000 on eBay right now.
No way.
I haven't looked, but it wouldn't shock me.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't shock me either. My God, I'm like watching this video on mute right now. What about Warwick Davis? He's in the film. It's like I feel like Warwick Davis is like given like an honorary role in every Star Wars film now.
It's contractual.
I love it. I love that. It's fantastic. All right.
He almost looks like he's wearing a parachute harness.
Yeah, I guess so, right? Yeah. You never know where Warwick's going to show up. I mean, I'm still not sure who he was in The Force Awakens. You know?
Oh yeah, that little creature in the in Maz's cantina is where he showed up. I think maybe someplace else as well. But yeah, he could be anybody that's less than 4 feet tall.
I guess so.
Movies.
Yeah,
like BB-8.
Yeah, you're right. He's in World War II style, like paratrooping. Yeah, paratrooper, and he looks like he has like one of the like the full body suits on for like a mask.
Oh,
so
we're gonna see jump troops.
Oh, you know what? You know who I think he might be? He might be Machine Gun Guy.
Oh. I was wondering the same thing, but I'm not sure he's wearing the same costume.
I'm looking right now. Let me see if I can find the timestamp. Such a cool part.
Is Machine Gun Guy connected to a line or something, like a dummy line?
Not that I know of.
That would make sense for the harness.
Yeah, about 2 minutes in, right after that is when the Machine Gun Guy shows up.
All right. See here, guys walking in the water. Gareth Edwards.
He could be.
All right, here we are. Here. Yep.
You calling it?
I'm calling it.
You're calling it.
He has the same like straps around his shoulders. Yeah, he's that squirrel guy. That's awesome. Yes. Like,
do we recognize that race from anything previously? It looked like a cross between a monkey and a weasel, and I wasn't sure if we'd ever seen that before.
He looks more like Rocket Raccoon than anything.
Oh, that's a good call.
Yeah.
Something off of The Fifth Element. One of those big things.
You never. Oh, maybe. All right, we got to bring Skywalking Through Neverland on right now. Let's see if we can see how the Skype call goes. Let's see if we can get the bandwidth going. Add everyone. Let's see if we can get a whole big panel on here. I can't believe it. We just discovered. Yeah, that's who it is.
You heard it here first.
Hey.
Hey.
You guys hear us? Hold on a sec. We're going to put on our headphones.
You're live.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we're on. You're here with Dennis and Taxis and Mike Harris, and we are talking the Rogue One celebration reel, the Sizzle reel, or they say it is my name of the Sizzle reel. And we have just made a revelation, guys.
Okay. What's that?
Yeah. By the way, introductions, of course. Our good friends Skywalking Through Neverland, Sarah and Richard Wolofsky. How you guys doing?
Hey. Hey, we are
doing great, and we don't mean to speed things up, but we're on a plane to London right now.
Oh. Well, I hope you're on a plane with this ferret-looking guy. Ferret. That's the mammal he looks like. And with the machine gun, we just figured out who's in that suit.
Is that Warwick?
Really?
That's Warwick Davis, man. That's Warwick Davis.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
You look at him earlier in the trailer, and he has the same like paratrooper straps on as this guy does.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Well, Good for that. I'm glad they're giving him more screen time than they did in The Force Awakens.
I mean, I'm not even sure who he was in The Force Awakens. So
I'm pretty sure he was that Lidsville guy.
Okay. I'm not sure who that was.
you know the guy. That guy.
Yeah, that guy.
Looks like he's wearing a hat, or it could be his head.
Yeah,
Either one.
For sure. So we've been talking about, Celebration itself. We've been talking about the panel. We've been talking about the sizzle reel. So what are your thoughts, guys? Let's hear just general impressions right off the bat.
Oh, just so exciting to see anything from Rogue One. And I'm so happy to see that everything is aligning with Star Wars. It really has a very George Lucas feel to it. How there's a lot of long shots. Not everything is perfectly centered. The lighting just says George Lucas. I'm looking at it from a filmmaker's perspective.
Okay.
And I was just drooling over it every time I saw this. And we saw this, 4 or 5 times?
Yeah.
That's about us too.
Just this morning.
Oh, of course.
Every time you see it, of course, you're gonna see something new and different.
Yeah, I'm seeing more and more and more every single time.
Yeah, and then for me, talking about the panel itself, Gwendolyn Christie, I have a girl crush.
Me too.
She was amazing. Like, how cool was her coming on? Like, we didn't even know she would be the moderator, and then she's like wooing along with the rest of us.
Oh, yeah.
Fangirl.
Well, she has such a childlike energy about all this, and she's so happy to be there. And you look at her like, wait a minute, you're Captain Phasma or Brienne of Tarth?
I know.
Yeah, she is authentic.
I don't see this.
Yeah.
But she's like a 7-foot woman, and she's jumping around the stage with so much energy.
Yeah.
She is
like
so authentic in her enthusiasm and her joy to be on stage, and at the same time, not like slick and polished. Like everything she did, she was fully in control. Yet at the same time, had natural conversations with everybody, and I love that.
And a big crush on Ben Mendelsohn.
Yeah.
She
and
did not hide.
It seemed maybe a little bit reciprocated. Maybe he seemed a little flattered, I would say.
A lot of flirting going on.
Yes.
And this cast, like the Force Awakens cast, like we had seen at Celebration Anaheim, they just got along so well, like they had been a family for decades.
Yeah.
And oddly enough, we didn't hear that much from Jyn Erso herself.
Yeah.
No, I think she kind of gave
she
gave the spotlight to the rest of the crew. I think, and
they just kept being in so many independent films. She's not used to more than 20 people seeing one of her films.
Perhaps. I'm
sure this is very overwhelming to everybody there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they must have like a Celebration trainer course now, right? I mean, they have to put people through that.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be some kind of media training for this, because how do you handle something like this?
Yeah, there's almost no way to prepare, I guess, right? It was, I think they all handled it very well. It's unbelievable. I have my screen frozen here on this the white furry guy, I guess is the only way I could say it.
The Wampa creature.
Yeah, who's totally not a Wampa creature on when I freeze frame it.
I thought it might have been a Talz.
Oh, a what?
A TALZ.
We saw in the
just
cantina?
a little. Yeah, just a little longer hair. But I was wondering if instead of a breathing apparatus, that's maybe something for the extra set of eyes.
Yeah, this guy's got longer, shaggier hair. I'm sure it's a new creature, but when I first saw him, I thought he was like a Wampa.
Yeah, he very quickly it looked like a Wampa, right?
Either that or Olaf.
Yeah.
So right now in the screen capture we have, he's giving someone a warm hug. So I'm gonna guess there's an Olaf spinoff.
All right, I'll take it.
I'm lying about that, just, by the way. That's so not happening.
Although, compared to anything else, other footage that we've seen from Rogue One, this had by far many more alien creatures.
Yeah, and I'm so happy about that, 'cause that's something we were just talking about with Anthony Bresnik, and that there's no creatures.
Yeah.
Bring us some creatures. And this one here, tons. There's just toys written all over this.
Most of them
I hope so.
I've never even seen before.
Yeah, this is, so new. Like, all I'll say is this. Boop, 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 boop. That one scene, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know
all the flashes.
Like what? Like that's just like visual overload at that point, right? Like, oh my gosh, look at
that was
this.
meant for the 5-year-olds.
Yeah, I mean, it got me. I don't know what that says, but
or the 5-year-old at heart.
No, what I meant was that kids younger are used to like these flashes of
information
at them really fast. Like if you ever watch the commercials that come on while you're watching Star Wars Rebels or something, are so much overload because they're just so flashy
and if you're
quick.
over the age of 15, you have no idea what you just watched.
Yeah,
you don't have to be 50.
Did you see the?
I guess so.
Did you see the individual faces of each one of those yet?
Well, I'm looking at them now, and
there's one that looks like he's putting on an Imperial officer's hat.
Yeah. Well,
I wonder if that's Bodhi or something. Or
it didn't look like Riz Ahmed. But the first one we get is like a guy in like yellow and brown. It almost looks like a Guavian Enforcer style of helmet. With like no definitive like facial features. Even maybe Mandalorian. I'm not even sure. Did you guys catch this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, do you see what I'm talking about when you get like there's that T from the Mando?
He's got a mesh T almost.
Yeah,
actually, he looks like a character from Big Trouble in Little China.
Which one?
It looks like the Storm. What are their names?
The Raiden.
So long.
Raiden. Raiden from like a Mortal Kombat too.
The one with the giant helmet?
I'm gonna go with Big Trouble in Little China because I haven't seen Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, no, same character. It's
okay.
God of Thunder.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm talking about.
The one that looks like his head is in
a big salad bowl.
Well, yeah, or he's getting his hair done.
What about this guy? Just a metal. It's like a metal mask and like red behind it. Feels very Force Awakens to me.
Yeah.
And I like how they're meshing. You know,
it's very steampunk too.
Yeah, definitely. But I do like how they're meshing that visual feel in with even going back this far. So these Outer Rim planets have their own cultural like language about. I keep on saying language, like I'm saying a different film language. I'm saying all this stuff, but
visual language.
A visual. There's a different visual and cultural style going on in these Outer Rim planets that we haven't seen yet, and I kind of like that.
Yeah, but I'm not getting too excited about any of these characters just yet. I'm looking at you, Zuvio.
Yeah, that's true. These are all super background characters.
They're in the first wave of toys. You know you'll never see them on screen.
It's true.
But there's so much production value around each and every one of them. You'd think that Kathleen Kennedy would be saying, hey, you know what, guys? I don't care if it fits in the story or not. These guys cost us money. Put them in the story.
Yeah. I mean, everyone gets a line, right?
Yeah.
Did you see that picture of that girl's eyes, the blue eyes?
Yeah.
They almost look cybernetic.
They do.
Ooh.
That could be pretty cool.
Which would be kind of a throwaway if she doesn't get any scene, you know?
I know.
I mean, why go to that detail?
Yeah, have like some piercing blue eyes just to, just for nothing.
But there's a design in them, though, if you really zoom in.
I saw that. Yeah, there's something going on there.
Yeah, but look at Luminara. How much detail was in her makeup, and we didn't really see a whole lot of her.
Yeah,
it's true.
That's true.
Speaking of which, we kind of looks like we get her cousin in one of those stills.
I did see something like that. Yeah, I did see that. One of the quick cuts. Yeah, Rich. While you're here, let me ask you: did you see anything in the sizzle reel that reminded you of the classic Marvel comics? You're our resident expert on this.
Well, there's just so much here, but I didn't see any Jackson. I didn't see any Crimson Jack.
Unfortunately.
I'm a little upset about that. But I did see a Death Star droid, which I was extremely happy about.
Oh, is that
so
what that
gorgeous.
Yeah, yeah. Look at this thing. It's so pristine. I'm wondering if this is the same one that was in the Clone Wars or in the Jawa Sandcrawler.
Oh, yeah, right?
Yeah, I'm willing to bet it was. But the one that really got me excited was seeing the older Mon Calamari. The one that's sitting down that Gareth Edwards is kind of caressing. Hang in there, buddy. Hang in there.
The blue fat Mon Cala. I love it.
Yeah. 2 more shots and you're going home, so don't worry about it. We're almost there. This is the martini shot.
I know, right? So funny. It's so cool to see, to bring that into. There's so much new, but then they throw you back in with the Mon Calamari. But he's blue. I mean, yeah. I love that. I love that there's so many touch points to the old films, and it's weaved. I think it's probably woven better than The Force Awakens was, because.
However, I'm still looking for my Rhodians, my Ithorians, my Aqualesh. Come on, let's bring it back there.
Yeah, if you don't get the original 12 aliens in there, I don't know what your credit is. You have to reference them in some way.
Yeah, that was one of the biggest misses of The Force Awakens, that they didn't tie into what we know of the aliens already. I know we've seen Rhodians a million times, but that one would have just connected the original trilogy as well as the Clone Wars, and to me it would have just cinched it all up.
Yeah, I 100% agree. It's interesting. This is such an interesting blend of behind the scenes and production shots. I mean, I'm looking at the 40-second mark where Jin is giving looks like a Yogan fruit to a little kid, and you see English letters in back. It looks like it says capital in back, and clearly that's going to be green screened out in some way. But
Richard, what did you see at the very first time we watched the Sizzle reel? You were like, I wonder if those are the plans.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But you know what? Right when she's running in slow motion, Jyn Erso is running in slow motion. She's holding
those are them.
This cartridge.
You guys
it's
think so?
Oh, wait a minute. Those are so 70s looking.
Definitely.
It's got to be the plan.
Definitely. Those are them.
So awesome.
Yeah. It's totally gonna lead in.
Yeah. And they've got to be tapes. It can't be digital. It can't be an MP3. It's got to be like an 8-track tape.
Yeah, I mean that's what they that's what Leia gives R2 right there. She's holding it. There it is. Right, I'm watching it right now. She's holding that data tape. Looks like a speak and spell. Amazing.
Nice. You know what? If you go to the 47-second mark, you'll see the stormtroopers and these new troopers on this new transport. And I'm telling you, I would have been just a big crying mess had that been a Kenner Imperial Troop transport.
Oh, man.
But
there's still hope. There's still hope, right?
I'm so glad Dave Filoni brought it back in Rebels.
Yeah.
To see it live action.
To see it live action.
Would have been amazing.
Just a puddle.
Yeah.
But you know what? This is cool looking, so I'll take that.
Absolutely. So I just keep on adding people. I haven't let anyone go, which is kind of a first for our RetroZap forums. But we have our good friend Mike McDonald. How you doing, buddy?
What is up, Team Retro Zap?
Not much, man. I mean, when I say not much, I mean like everything. Everything is up. You're here with Richard and Sarah and Dennis and Taxus and Mike Harris.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. Hey.
Hello.
Hey. I feel like with all the mics in we have like 20 mics. We have a preponderance of mics at RetroZap. So I always feel like I have to call out last names. So
like a gym coach, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Either that or we have to give you all nicknames, which I'm working on.
I got Mac from my gym coach in high school, so.
And I brought it back.
Yeah, no problem.
There we go.
No problem, Mr. Owens.
You think he's listening?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Mac, what do you think about this Sizzle Reel where we have been gushing over it for the past 45 minutes? What do you think?
Where are my toys?
Yeah, I mean, really, where are they?
Yep.
Bring them now. I cannot wait for Force Friday.
You know what I want? And I'll tell you about the reel, but I got to get this out first. I want an old school battle pack with the Rebels. A 6-pack, an 8-pack. I want one of those with the Rebels. I want another one with, the Empire, couple of troopers, the new villain.
Oh, the villain.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about the villain yet.
Oh, well, there you go.
Guys, Krennic.
No capes.
No, what do you mean, no capes?
Not a fan?
You know, like
he's going Edna mode there.
Do you know what I'm picturing? Right. So we've heard that he's kind of, always looking out for Vader coming up behind him. He's
right.
To Vader. I'm picturing Vader catching him at the end by stepping on his cape, and the guy kind of doing one of those Tom and Jerry running on the spot things because he can't.
You think that's gonna happen?
Not probably.
I don't. I'm
Maybe
not sure.
Some bongos playing in the background.
Yeah.
So word is that the people at Celebration Europe saw Vader in this secret trailer, apparently, that was released at Celebration Europe and for those audiences only. That's all I've heard is that, I mean, we know Vader's in the movie, and that's all I know.
How is it not leaked? How is not somebody tweeted?
Oh,
wow! You should have seen
I did see one.
Oh,
I did see it earlier, but it was extremely bad quality.
So you've seen it, Mike?
I saw most of it.
Let's let's not spoil it. Let's not. We're not going to be the ones who break the trust. But that's amazing. I guess
saw it too.
Yeah. Oh, you did, huh?
Yeah, I couldn't help myself when he threw that out there. I was like, ooh, send it to me.
Not bad. I didn't see it for any reason other than it got taken down immediately.
Yeah.
Which is how these things go. The Rogue One trailer from last year, which was more of like a moving poster, let's say, that got taken. That was up for an hour, and then it got taken right down. So that's how these things go, and it will not be back up. There will be no way to see this. So
it's just I haven't seen even a tweet saying, oh, you should have seen that. Do you know what I mean? Unless I missed it, but it's like, how do we not know by now if they at least showed it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, I don't expect to see video this quick, but oh my gosh.
Yeah. I mean, do you think it's on the way? Do you think maybe we'll get it at the end of Celebration or in a month from now?
Well, why not?
Right?
Make it exclusive for the week, but come on, people need to see this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder what they're saving it for.
Yeah, I'm not sure at all. Maybe it'll be rolled into a larger trailer, right? That's the hope.
Maybe it'll be shown with Pete's Dragon next month.
Oh gosh, I can't wait. I'm excited to see that movie because Pete's Dragon was my jam when I was a kid. Yeah. One thing missing from this sizzle reel was K2SO, which we did see in the panel later.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Alan Tudyk is briefly in this, but not much on K2SO, and I think they're trying to leave that as a surprise for most of us. Not that there's anything like very surprising about him, but I think his performance itself is one that they don't want to spoil. They want you to have all on your own. What do you guys think?
Well, I liked what we got to see, at least during the panel. It wasn't a whole lot, but
no.
He's going to be the comedy element. He's going to be the comedy element to the whole Star Wars thing that we're familiar with.
Sarah and I just watched Wreck-It Ralph again last week.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's like, wait a minute, Alan Tudyk is King Candy?
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what he's going to do with K2 rather. That's going to be so awesome. So I'm almost glad they didn't play anything just yet because my mind is just so going back and forth with what are they going to do with his voice.
Yeah.
I could see it almost like a situation where, where 3PO has those key lines. I've got a bad feeling about this, or I've forgotten how much I hate space travel. Reaction lines. Oh my, something like that. Maybe it'll be, it'll show him and it'll be like a head turn and he'll have some, brilliant line that we can't wait to see. Maybe that'll be in the trailer rather than.
I'm thinking more like Marvin the Paranoid Android from like Hitchhiker's Guide, like very dry. Maybe not as depressing, so to speak, but I'm thinking more like just very, very flat delivery in that respect, but also with a lot of personality as well.
That'd be a good homage too.
He is a walking chopper.
You think so? You think he's gonna have the
same kind of attitude when I think it was a Jin that handed him a bag and he looked at it and dropped it. That's not my lot in life.
No, he's like, no.
What are you doing?
But I could also picture him just being
matter of fact.
I could picture him being dry and be like, no, and just like going, just dropping it there and just leaving.
Oh yeah, without even telling anybody.
Yeah, just be like, no. Like, why would you ever give that to me? Something like that as well. Because if he has Chopper's personality with that penchant for violence that he has, we've seen him kill droids time and time again. And you give Chopper more limbs and you give Chopper one big hulking body. That's a force to be reckoned with and pretty scary.
Well, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
So he's actually Cassian Andor's like buddy, right? They're the ones running around together.
Yeah, they're like the Han and Chewie of Rogue One.
Wow, not bad.
So I can't wait to see what K2's relationship going to be with everybody else. Will he have that kind of jealousy? Will he just be matter of fact? Will he be watching Cassian's back? There's so much potential with this character.
Is there a life debt?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And the fact that he looks like a commando droid from Clone Wars just sweetens the deal.
Oh, yeah. But even bigger.
Yeah.
Oh, man. There is so much to talk about. And I am officially, psyched for this movie. It's not like I had anything really negative to say about this movie at all. But at the same time, I was also like, I can't, December's going to come around. It's going to be great. We're going to see even another Star Wars movie. We're just rolling through it. And I don't want to say I felt like Star Wars fatigue, but it felt a little bit matter of fact up until now. Up until seeing the sizzle reel.
I'm actually, and I don't know if I'm saying this post Force Awakens or if I'd have seen this trailer before Force Awakens, if I'd have felt the same way. But like the Rebels, that's my thing.
Yeah.
In my room, that's the focus is the Rebel Alliance. So the exciting thing to me is just an expansion on that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also excited that Han Solo can't die in this movie.
Nice. True.
Because as much as I love Force Awakens, it was like the best movie I ever saw that I almost walked out on. and this is just I saw the sizzle reel. I was at work today, and I actually had to have I work on an assembly line, and when I got a message that it was on, I had my team leader cover me so I could step off the line and watch a few seconds. And it opens with it's that shot right in the bunker one. Opens with, I'm looking at it now. It opens with the trooper, and then it's the big bunker shot where they're all jumping over the hill.
Yeah,
and all I could think of is that was me in my backyard in the 70s playing Star Wars.
It's true.
That's, to me, I mean, we write about themes and everything else, but man, Star Wars is about shooting at the bad guys.
It is.
And I'm so excited for this movie,
Yeah, I mean, there is this is good guys versus bad guys. This is rebels versus Empire. I mean, this is back to all of those themes all right there in your face. Right. And it's yeah, I mean, I can't believe it. I mean, you combine
there'll be levels like there always is because it is Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
But it's just it's like, oh.
Now, Richard, you said that this felt very much like Lucas.
Very much so.
Did you think there was anything added? Do you get the impression that Gareth is not aping Lucas, but
channeling?
Yeah, channeling Lucas, because I kind of I'm feeling a different vibe. I'm feeling something very new from this as well.
Oh yeah, just like he says in the sizzle reel, you've got to take risks and put your own stamp on it, or why do it? But of course, he grew up on Star Wars. He loves George Lucas. He loves Star Wars. So I think those sensibilities have seeped into his storyboarding and his shooting style. So he's going to do the George Lucas infamous long shot that filmmakers today have just forgotten all about, that really set the scene. And I got a friend who's a very well-established director of photography, and he always says that shots from Raiders of the Lost Ark always end up in his films just because that's the movie he grew up on. That was his influence. So he just does it.
Oh yeah,
it's subconsciously.
Because you like it.
And I don't think this was subconscious, but I think at the same time, if it wasn't a Star Wars movie, he still would have had those kind of long shots. Just like that first opening shot where you see that trooper in the looking out over the
sunset. Yeah,
there's that one there, and you can see where that steady cam is, the crane rather. That's going to be a very long shot. That's got a wide angle lens on that. And then we see the one with a moisture evaporator.
Yeah.
That just, to me, if you had said that George Lucas directed that shot, I would have said, well, of course he did.
I love that shot.
So I think between that and the stark lighting has kind of a documentary feel in some
70s
aspects.
feel.
So I do think that he was channeling George Lucas.
Whenever I see natural light and like darker, like the not challenge, but the daring to do a low light scene, I always think like the late 70s, USC type of thing.
Yeah, like a noir kind of thing.
Not even like I think of like the original Godfather. I think of Apocalypse Now. I think of Star Wars in that way, and not afraid to use natural light to give a feeling of drama and tension to the shot.
I love hearing that George was there. He visited the set.
Yeah.
He's still hanging out. He's still in the background a little bit.
Yeah. Now, I gotta say, I think the shot that really blew me away and said, "Wow, this is something different," is the long shot of Cassian Andor and Jyn Erso running while everything is exploding. I mean, you're seeing stormtroopers and rebel soldiers like flying through the air. There's grit everywhere. It feels. It honestly feels like nothing of I can ever see. I mean, it's such an amazing. It's amazing. It's so evocative and dramatic, and
it's like a war in the stars.
Yeah, but on the land and on the beach.
The fact that she's got those tapes, that's the end of the movie right there.
Yeah, she's making a run for it.
Well, they could be blank.
She's running for that blockade runner.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Going, here, Leia.
The other scene that I really liked, and it's a very quick shot, but it's of Chirrut Imwe, and it looks like a stormtrooper was trying to hide behind him, and he just like he walks by the guy and just knocks him with his elbow and knocks the guy out, and it's
just clocks him.
It's so funny, like as if the guy was trying to like get by him.
There's also the shot of him. He has his staff out.
Yep.
And you know what? We have the Skywalkers on. You know what it reminded me of was Jedediah from the old Marvel.
Boom.
Oh.
From The Last Jedi.
There you go.
There's your connection.
So I'm kind of hoping that he's kind of got that sort of, slightly weird, slightly out of it kind of feel to him.
Right.
But that's what I thought. That's the first thing I thought of was that guy from the old Marvel series.
Wow.
The fact that they're tying in Clone Wars and Marvel and the original trilogy and some stuff from the prequels, I think Gareth Edwards he's got it going on.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing.
One thing's for sure, this is going to be this is going to be a film. I mean, it's going to be like something we've never seen, and at the same time, we're going home, guys. We're going back to the beginning, and we're going back to just before the beginning. And
now, one thing that everyone's always been debating and whether or not they should do it is the infamous Star Wars roll-up. In the very beginning.
The crawl.
The crawl. And I loved how they began this panel where they had the crawl and then they stopped on that. It is a period of civil war. Rebel spaceships striking from a hidden base have won their first victory against the evil Black Empire.
So awesome.
And then the camera tilted so you see it straight forward. I think someone just fell over. And then you zoom right into it. Oh, if the film begins with that, point made.
Yeah, that could be unreal.
And the great thing is you need elements of Star. Like I like the fact that this, like you're saying, Joe, this looks it's Star Wars, but it looks different. And George Lucas would love experimental Star Wars.
Yeah,
and if this is going to be an example of that, like yes, please,
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. I think that's a great point to make. Lucas loves adding to the visual style. He never wanted things to be stagnant. So for Gareth Edwards to come in and try new things and move in new directions, I bet that's that's something he really likes. I mean, he was clearly comfortable enough with him to rib him and to give him crap. So, I mean, I only do that with people I like. So, I mean, I can see that being something, you know, a mark of approval or admiration in some way.
Yeah, and it's like for every shot that's Gareth's shot, you know, there's one of that you would say, you know, like we mentioned the shot of the evaporator.
Yeah.
You know, where you can hear Binary Sunsets playing.
Oh,
you know,
what if we
and
do?
it just goes back and forth. I'm just scrubbing through the video now, and they've got that little segment where they cut to 7 different faces, different.
Oh,
masks,
yep.
And it's so prequel looking.
You think
it's
so,
got
huh?
that bright color palette.
Now, I thought The Force Awakens for a lot of those, but I mean, there we go. There we have a merge of different eras all in one, and I like that. You're drawing something from that, from the prequel era as well, because yes, I mean this is a prequel.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean it really is. So let's make sure that is also tied in, even though it might be 20 years away from the prequels. It's still something originated from. I saw a Caprice Classic on the road today. You know, the oldies is still around. You know. All right, guys. This has been an amazing conversation. I want to thank everybody for coming on. Taxis, Dennis, Mike, Sarah, Rich, and Mac. You guys have been fantastic, and thank you so much for coming on.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Thank you.
And yeah,
you are welcome. And remember, never land on Alderaan.
Yep.
Or Canada.
Although you can during this time period in Star Wars. So.
All right, guys.
No, stay away from Alderaan this time period.
We'll see you later, guys.
Take care.
All right.
Later.
May the Force be with you.
Wow, what an amazing conversation we had about the Rogue One Sizzle Reel, Celebration Europe, and everything that happened today. Really, really exciting. And you know what, guys? You know what? Celebration Europe isn't even over yet. So who knows how much more we're going to get in the next couple of days. Very, very exciting. And can't wait to be there. And you know that everyone at RetroZap is going to be reporting on that. You make sure you follow everybody on Twitter. And get at us at RetroZap, add a PED at the end of that for Twitter, and you can find us on Instagram as well, Facebook. We're all over the place. And yeah, I mean, you can find me, Joey Wan Kenobi, as always. And we're going to be reporting as much as we possibly can, as well as bringing you all new stuff coming from RetroZap. We still have all of the other non-Star Wars shows as well. We just added a brand new one, the Animanicast, which is covering each episode of the classic cartoon show Animaniacs, and super excited to have them on. Wanted to welcome them. They weren't able to make it tonight, but you know what? Fantastic show. You guys have to listen. If you would ever liked the Animaniacs, or you ever wanted to listen or watch them before, they're reviewing every single show. It's a great way to get back into it, or to get into it for the first time. All right, guys. Brews and Blasters at retrozap.com. If you have any questions, have any comments, have any thoughts on this Rogue One Sizzle Reel, anything we forgot you want to talk about, Chris is going to be back next week. He's coming back from his honeymoon, and he can't wait to talk about all of this. So it's going to be a lot of fun as soon as he gets back. We're going to get back to drinking Super Colds. We're going to get back to drinking Super Colds, and we're going to have a great time talking the wars. It's been a night. And I can't wait to watch the Sizzle Reel probably 20 more times. Until then, I'll see you around. And don't forget, tell it to Kanji Club.
Never show. But I know I was paid, so I was far, but no. Force wicked clutch.